on then.
You're getting a little snowy there.
Hey, can you get gift certificates here?
We do $5 increments.
Oh, good. I'll get one tomorrow then.
Okay.
Could I leave it here for somebody?
I don't see why not. Just let whoever is working.
Oh, okay.
know.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks
All
a
right.
lot.
You're welcome.
Have a good day. Mondays. Hold on. You already had your tweet, honey. You had your tweet, hon. You had your tweet, honey. You had your tweet, honey. Yeah. Good girl, hon. Hey, Starlight. Hey, Marty. Snowing here. I mean, no big deal, but sucks. Thinking about doing some black and white photography over in Taos. I haven't done any of that in a long time. My last good shot, that's for sure. Man, I see they jack gas up quite a bit. It's even went up a lot in Gaylord. I'm going to see if there's anything good in the Sunday news. Be right back. Stay there, honey, good girl. Feeling good, hon? Yeah, I believe that'll happen. Starlight, I asked you last night. I didn't catch your answer. Did you say that there's music that you've done that you've uploaded on your site? It's like stuff of your own. Is that what you were telling me that one night? Gas went up to 175 here. I just looked up in Gaylord. 189. It was $1.13 a week ago. I'm not texting you, dumbass. Being on a video recorder is not illegal. Read the law. You're thinking again. Yeah, I know. I mean, black and white field, which I hardly do anymore because there's nothing in them, and they're $3 each, which they're not worth. But they had an article in Detroit about people that barely survived this COVID. You know, I'm up there all the time taking photos, so it's nice to like find out about the place. I'm gonna read that article. It's fun just sitting over along the water when it's snowing, reading and take a few photos. Not like the greatest day. Wish there was more snow. You never know what it's going to be like over in Taos. That's 40 miles to the east and it's right on Lake Huron. I see the waters coming out of the east, so it ought to be pretty good if it's not warmer. But it should be warmer near the water like that. Hey Mario, how you doing? You getting any of this snow up there? Hey Clint, how you doing? Yeah, last year, April 14th, we really got nailed. I only remember that because I videoed it and took some photos, and it was just like a kick-ass snow, beautiful. And I thought that was late, but the weather definitely has changed. But if you look back, like, I don't know if, you know, I have Windows 10, but you can click on historical weather, which I do from time to time. You know, there's been lots of trends in weather over the years. I don't think it's time to hit the panic button, but weather has definitely changed. I mean, the winters are mild. Look at all this crazy flooding. Tornadoes in January. I mean, how can you get killed by a tornado in January in Nashville? What is it, January or February or something? Yeah, 55, yeah, you got it. Yeah, a lot of people turn down 76 accidentally, which I don't really know how you do, but they do it. I was reading quite a few articles last night. You know, Mari, like a job like yours, it'll be fine, right? But even the protocols are going to change so much. And even like a guy like, you know, you guys know I've been a PI for my whole life, but I haven't done it in a while. And I got an idea that that piece of pie is so small right now that there's hardly any work out there. This is a big farm country out here, of course. I feel bad for the farmers. They did not need this extra wet weather. When the fields get too wet, particularly if they're not tiled, although most of them are. I don't know if you've ever looked up that tiling. It's pretty interesting. Holes in the diameter of the pipe are just big enough to let water and nothing else go through it, and they're very effective. I mean, it's the difference between planting in the spring or not. But if the fields get too wet, if you're set up right, you got to get an airplane to drop the fertilizer. And as you probably know, the reason for the fertilizer is because farming is so efficient now that there are no nutrients left after a seasonal crop. You got to replace them or nothing will grow. Yeah, you're right, Mari. I don't think we've ever really got out of a recession, to tell you the truth. It's just a different economy now, you know? All $10, $11 hour jobs. I even looked into just, I would like to try something different. I get bored. I don't really want, I'm sick of doing PI work. I would work if I could do something. I don't know what I would do though. Yeah, rotate crops, they do that. Most up here it's soybeans, and they grow corn for their own cattle. Farming's a hard life, especially the way they cajole these people into working for nothing. And if you look at price fixing, which is really, it is on like sugar, you wonder why they don't do it on milk. I mean, you got a whole industry working for free. Boy, I noticed meat went way up yesterday. Did you guys notice that? The meat went up about 25%. Now this gas station up here, right up here on the right, it's a Marathon gas station. Some guy won $17.5 million in the Lotto 47 a few months ago. Good for him. Yeah, I noticed it. It went up about 25%. I just went in there and actually I bought a little filet. I'm going to start working out again beginning of June. Not that that has anything to do with it, but you know, it's lean meat. And I noticed, yeah, it went up about 25%, everything. And I noticed when I went over to Walmart that a lot of stuff was empty. See, this guy got his fields plowed, but not planted. Hey, you're kidding me, Mari. When did that happen? It's great. Yeah, you can buy it directly from farmers, yeah. I used to get my bees from a guy. They're not Amish, but you'd think they're Amish. They kind of live that lifestyle. They live down in Fenton, and they sold their own beef cattle. Really super nice people. Mara, you live in a great area for bees up there, Northport. Nine months ago. So did these people keep working? Did they quit work? Is it varied? Any like spectacular stories? Oh, that's fantastic. That is good. That's beautiful. I swear to God, if I won that and I'd give it away, I would. Oh, interesting, Stephen. No kidding, huh? Marlette, yep. I don't get over that area very often. Oh, that's a nice story. Congratulations to them. When I was a kid, when I wasn't really a kid, I was like 16, 1972. A lady that oh, that's nice, Murray. That is fantastic, man. It's the kind of stuff you want to do. I think it'd be so cool to like do other nice things with it. You know, people that need whatever. See this intersection right here? Long story short, known the guy since I came up here. Had a Class A motorhome. And him and his wife, he was 78, she's 77. What they like to do with their motorhome was just go to, they like to play Texas Hold'em. So they'd go to casinos where you could park motorhomes, not that far away, a couple 100 miles. They never took big trips, you know, 200-300 mile trips. That's what they like to do. They take their motorhome and they'd stay there for a week and gamble and blah, blah, blah. And I was always kidding him. I said, you know, when you're too old to drive that motorhome, it's not going to be subtle. You're going to see a mirror hanging down along the side and a bashed in taillight. You're just getting old. You're not noticing these things. I said, that's a big ass motorhome for you to drive, man. You need to get a regular side van. You know, just joking with the guy. And he'd always tell me to mind my business, that blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, about 2.5 months ago, that intersection I just showed you, if you look there, there's a right turn lane. And the way the story goes, and it didn't mention this in the article, was that a lady was in the right lane, or it did mention it in the article, in the right lane with her blinker on. Well, there's no way you'd be in the right lane with your blinker on if you weren't turning. It just wouldn't make any sense. Because the minute you get to the road, there's no place else to go but turn. Well, supposedly she was going straight, which I don't believe. Because it doesn't look one bit right. You couldn't even do it accidentally. You'd have to be like not paying attention at all. But anyway, she hit him broadside and he died. Right there at the scene. Felt bad for the guy. He just got a pacemaker put in. He was going to the health club every day or so, but man, it just really gets you thinking. Here 1 minute and gone the next. Good guy. I really feel sorry for her. He was a super nice guy, gregarious, friendly, always kind thing to say. Everybody liked him. She, on the other hand, wasn't really like that. And here she is. They have like a rural home. All this crap you got to get rid of because she's not going to be able to use it. And here she is alone now, all from a simple car wreck. Just changed her life big time. If you're an older woman up here living out in the woods, this is not a fun place to live. Too much shit to do. No, that's true, Murray. You never do. Oh, I forgot. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, happy Mother's to all the mothers out here. Oh, it's really coming down now. Now, believe it or not, this is one of my favorite things to do. Is to drive over to a place like this. I got all my camera equipment. I got both Sunday papers. And I'm going to back up where the water is about 2 feet from my bumper. And I'm going to watch this snow blow in on Lake Huron. To me, it's like $1 million view. I'd pay to get in there if I had to. You think that's how it works, Chief? There have been a couple times I've come close to getting killed, twice in car accidents. Supposed to be with guys and I wasn't. Once they all got busted up going elk fishing, and I just didn't feel like going. Another time, and I had a guy call into work, and they all got killed. Hit the back of a truck. Yeah, you never know. Here 1 minute, gone the next. This is beautiful out here to me. Open country, farm, snowing. Right at 32. It actually should be warmer now and it's not. So they were a little off on the weather forecast. These are big, huge farms. There's a farm coming up here. It's a corporation. It's the biggest farm east of the Mississippi. Yeah, that's the way I want to go too. You better believe it. I hope the way I go is I'm going to be upside down in my Lamborghini loaded with girls doing dances on TikTok on my way to Key West. That's the way I want to go. See, now today'd be a pretty good day for freezing levels are low in an airplane. You take off in the known icing conditions, you're going to get violated, and you may come out of the air. This stuff builds up quick. Yeah, Key West. I haven't been there in a long time. Key West is fun to visit. It's kind of like Mackinac Island. I can take it for about 2 or 3 days. I know it sounds crazy, but if they said in order to make these businesses survive this COVID stuff, we're going to raise your income tax to help them out, you know, I'd go along with it. I really would. There are a lot of nice stories of people coming together. Hey Melodic, I'm going to get you a gift certificate at Stone Mountain tomorrow, and I'll leave it there in your, but it won't be there till like afternoon. They said you can just pick it up. Yeah, I haven't been to Key West in a long time. For a while there was one of those airlines that went out of business, that ValueJet, I think it was. You could fly down round trip. There was a quick layover in Atlanta for like $133. I took full advantage of it. Yeah, you got lucky, Chief. Well, the wind should be coming out of the east down there. I don't know that it is, but that's why you got that warm water that's coming across. It's not freezing. I mean, when I get over to Lake Huron, there could be no snow. It could be just that degree or two difference. You never know. That's what I like about the Great Lakes, is the ever-changing weather system. Oh, you will not, Murray. I've driven that. You know, I don't really have any interest in Florida now. I mean, I lived down there and couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. But I've made that trip to Florida starting in college, from like Detroit all the way to wherever, Fort Lauderdale, Daytona Beach, and then I moved down there. I bet I've made that trip 300 times. It's such a boring trip. You can go down around South Carolina and cut down, but they're all like, yeah, you're welcome, yeah. Rejuvenated my belief that people can just have good, clean fun out there. It's nothing like that crap with these young girls on YouTube. TikTok's not like that. I haven't thought that one time. It's just cute girls singing. Yeah, they are pretty. Yep, you're right. Yep. One thing that I can't figure out, though, I mean, to me it reminds me of like girls when I was in high school, like the girl next door, cute cheerleader lookalike girls. You never see those anymore. I don't. That's kind of the girls that work at this coffee place. Just nice, friendly, cute girls. And that's how those TikTok girls seem. Just like nice, cute girls, like they're not trying to be stripper of the year. Now, you guys don't think that, I've never, you know, messed with any of the filters or anything. You don't think those young people are using filters on TikTok, do you? Doesn't look like it, unless you just can't tell. Yeah, Daytona Beach is cool. Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, you see some of that stuff on YouTube. It's totally disgusting. See, they got more snow over here. You got to feed your birds. I see the deer got up on my porch last night and knocked over the pan of cheap seed. That's why I buy cheap seed and put it on there and put the expensive seed in hangers. Kirtland warbler. Birds are pretty savvy though. They'll turn around or they'll stay put before they fly into this crap. But they could have got nailed up here. But take a day like this for migrating birds is very hard on them. They have fast metabolisms. They go through food left and right. There's not that much of it around. And then you gotta heat yourself when it should be in the 40s and it's in the 30s. OnlyFans, what is that? Oh, everybody uses filters. Oh, okay. Because you can catch them on some of the videos, but on a lot of them, it doesn't look like there's any filter. I don't know what the filter would be. I mean, oh, adult content? You mean like porn or just adult content? Oh, OnlyFans, I didn't even know about it. I'll have to check it out. I'll tell you, YouTube's getting really restrictive. I agree, Melodic. I know, I agree. It's still hard to make money on porn. That whole industry's in the tank. Come on, man. Hit the gas. Gas $1.75 over here. I'll have to check it out. I'm sure these porn places find out. Everybody will watch it for free, but not that many people want to pay for it. Hey, I'll tell you what I did realize though, and that is that, you know, through Craigslist was out there. Of course, they shut them down for sex trafficking, which is a bunch of bullshit. I'm not saying it never happened, but by and large, it wasn't sex trafficking. That is an absolute lie. They'll take one case someplace and like blow it up on national media and make it look like the whole site's that way. So Craigslist gets blown out of the water. And then Backpage. Read that article on the founders of Backpage. Two guys with big balls that had a ton of money that Uncle Sam told them to take that shit off the internet, and they said no. Well, they're all broke now. They forfeited all their stuff. They're never going to get out of prison. That's what happens when the feds mess with you. But anyway, I was wondering, you know, they claim that was sex trafficking too. So you're thinking to yourself, you know, other than like where I go down in Detroit, where are all these connections being met between Johns and sex workers? Well, you know, girls that have been in the business, you know, they have a Rolodex or a cell phone filled with customers and they keep in touch, that kind of thing. So that's part of it. But I'll tell you this, and this is disappointing. I've realized in looking at those TikTok videos, now that's a Chinese outfit, right? And I'm thinking to myself, God, these girls are really cute. And some of them, even though it isn't a striptease, this kind of just reeks escort to me. And sure enough, if you look on those, a lot of those girls dancing, you're going to find a link, a Cash App link, a PayPal link. You're going to find links to their own website. I noticed two of them yesterday had programs where you could fly me to you. Well, what do you think's going to happen there? Tiddlywinks? But it just goes to show you, at least so far, unless they haven't policed it, that TikTok is much more liberally run than YouTube. You get the YouTube death sentence if they caught you doing that. Yeah, that deja vu thing's kind of like been a broke thing forever. Those places keep in business from guys whose wives that'll divorce them if they ever catch them watching porn or getting magazines in the mail. But a regular old guy that, you know, doesn't have those kind of constraints, he's not going to deja vu anyway. That's like 1960s and 70s. One thing you can be assured of, though, and that sex is a super significant factor in human beings, and they will do all sorts of crazy stuff to get it. They will violate a lockdown order. They will take a chance of losing their job, getting their car repossessed, and costing themselves their marriage. Been this way for thousands of years. I think that's next on the block. Now they got over the marijuana hump. I think next is going to be, they're going to get this Christian blockade of making it legal. I think prostitution's on its way to being legal more places than it is now. Yeah, it's so different now. It is so. I mean, I understand that it's, you know, like with my videos, they tag mine with not suitable for most advertisers, which, you know, I would debate with them because it's up to people what they want to watch. And if you're watching something you find interesting, I don't think it's going to change your perception of if you see digital advertising come up in the middle of it or not. I mean, so what? I was thinking of this morning, though. It's not, no kidding, it's like a bad movie. Man, I'm glad I'm not younger. I really am, man. I think every day I'm glad I'm not younger. If I could take my life and, like, you know, turn it back 40 years, I wouldn't want to do it. I mean, it's getting now where it just seems like it's an endurance test of never-ending bullshit. First you got, you know, jobs are hard to get. College is through the absolute roof. Ridiculous. Now you got this bullshit on top of it. It's just like not fun anymore like it used to be. I mean, I caught the tail end of the good days. I mean, you could either go to college or you can make 80 grand a year working at a factory. Where can you do that now? Christ, there's guys managing 5 stores that don't make 80 grand a year. And if you look at inflation and the dollar amount, and you look at how inflation's affected our dollar, even if you have a legit profession, it's still not, you know, inflation's chipped away at the big bucks. No, 86, are you kidding? Wow. Yeah, HIV and AIDS, that HIV came out right when I was getting out of college. And I was in college during a good time. Everybody was having sex in college like it was nothing. Thank God. I knew there was a reason that I went there. But it just started to come out when I graduated, which was in 80. But nobody really cared about it. They thought it was mainly for like gays and straights. And then what's this guy doing there in his truck? Oh, it's a sheriff. The radar. It's a sheriff with his radar. And then, you know, yeah, HIV, AIDS. Yeah, you're right, Sue. Yep, that's true. Yeah, I've never seen a cop sitting out here. It's easy to catch people hauling ass here. It's a straight shot to Taos. But like having kids and stuff, if I knew if I could turn the hands of time back, and I know now, and I could take what I know now back then, I would definitely have been a better student if I could have looked into a looking glass. Because I'm realizing now that, you know, when I was sticking around school, I mean, I never got that great of grades. That's because I didn't think I had to, and I was right. But you do now. And I'd be very selective of what I picked for a major. Yeah, I didn't see any in West Branch today. Melodic, you know that girl that was working at your store that got a part-time job over at Walmart as well? Nah, this is like, it is wet, but it's not slippery. Yeah, I don't know anything about those, Chief. I really don't. Yeah, I've always driven a lot, but you know, this is not bad at all. It would seem like it's slippery, but it's not. Now, if it got a little cooler, now we're talking. But the pavement's heated up. That lasts quite a while, actually. And it's right too, I think. Oh, okay, yeah, she's a nice person. There's slave drivers over there at Walmart. Walmart's feeling the pinch of this new competition coming in, especially if Myers comes in. See, they got billboards now of 75 and yeah, I like barbecue, but I don't like it where I like eat it all the time. Warming up as I'm going east. Yeah, you got to really go through the ratings and stuff on those, Carrie. Yeah, snowing and not as bad over here as it was in West Branch. Oh, that's good. It takes a long time to get people to find your channel. I mean, like years. So don't get discouraged. Put the shotgun away. Yeah, it's a little warmer over here. I hope some still stuck on the beach, in the rocks. You better believe I have Daisy. Always. It's Dad's traveling companion. Yeah, okra's good. I don't see it for sale very often around here, though. Mari, are you guys on septic out there? Is that a septic system? Yeah, I never really found that good of barbecue in Chicago, to tell you the truth. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, there's a little town out here. I passed it actually when I was talking about that big farm, Prescott. They have their own sewage treatment center. They wish they didn't. They expected when they did that town to increase, and it never happened. So it's kind of cost prohibitive. I like these metal roofs. I got a buddy of mine building a house out in near Traverse City, and they were going to do metal roof, metal roof. That's all they talked about. Well, now it's coming down to pay for the metal roof, and they're thinking they're going to go to architectural shingles because metal roofs are so expensive. Oh yeah, they have excellent barbecue there, Carrie. Were you up there singing or something? Oh, good for you, Carrie. Yeah, it's good food. They have a good spare rib. It's one single rib, a beef rib, which I usually avoid like the plague. But they do an excellent job with it. It's kind of expensive, like 28 bucks or something like that. But it is really good. I'd love to get the... I bet I haven't asked for recipes 5 times in my life, and I'd like to get the recipe to that. It is so damn good. So here we are, Tawas, $1 million view. I know I bring this up all the time, and I do because it's on my mind all the time. Right here as you come into Tawas, there are very few places like this where you can be getting a hamburger at a fast food, getting a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and end up being able to see this lake from just a picnic table. See the sign there? Tawas. Tawas has heart. Tawas is strong. Such a killer view here. It's when beauty interacts with everyday life. In other words, you don't need to be spending $500 a night in a hotel or motel to get this view. It's just everyday life. That's hard to do. And Tawas is a perfect example of that. That view where I do these chats in the morning, same thing. Well, Larry McRae is a hell of a good guy. He's actually best friends with the guy that owns Tim Hortons. They've known each other for like 40 years. Larry McRae is a really good guy. Brett Yoakum's friends with him. Lake Huron and Lake Michigan are at record levels. This guy should be having a real problem right here. See how they put a bunch more rock here? Somebody had enough brains to do that. I wonder when they did that. They stacked all brand new rock up against the coast. Good idea. Now you're going to see as I hope it doesn't buffer as I go into the park. I'm afraid to look actually because the water's actually higher than it was last time I was here. No, Red Smoke Barbecue is excellent. It's totally excellent. This is a new pavement they're putting in here. This park took a beating. This is where see the RVs? Looks like they moved a couple of them out of there. This is a beautiful little town. Now the difference between the east side and the west side is you don't have all the great restaurants, but I don't think the restaurants are that great in Traverse City. I think they're good, not great, big difference. So when you come over here, the bang you get for your buck in Taos and the beautiful sunrises, you can't beat it. This is where Jeff and Soup played a million times. Taos Bay Beach Resort. This is China Inn's sister restaurant over here. I'm not a big fan of China Inn. But you can get your Chinese dinner and eat it in the back, stare out at Lake Huron. This party store was closed. Oh, they're open, good for them. China Buffet, I guess that place went out of business. This Big Boy's been closed. Big Boy's barely hanging in there. Now these are these little cabins I tell everybody about. Come up here and spend the couple days. Bambi Motel. Riptide Inn. Come on up here, I'll take you and party with you a couple days. So I guess they're still doing carry-out. Man, I just don't see Big Boy being a carry-out place, you know. Really pretty here. Now this is where these need to sit back here. Are people hauling ass down here? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool, Carrie. Higgins Lake's beautiful. I don't know if I'm going to be lucky enough to get some snow on the ground. This damn lockdown has messed up my 8K time-lapse video I'm going to do. I've noticed over the years too that these marinas, they're not doing anywhere near the business. Man, when I had boats like in the 80s, you had to wait sometime years. Airplane hangars were the same way in Ann Arbor. I had to wait for an airplane hangar on a list for 8 years. It's not like that anymore. No, I never check out Taos Lake, no. I like going to the big water, right out of the chute. Pretty through here though. It'd take you forever to get over here, Mari. I bet it'd take you 4 hours to get here. Yeah, Taos is a big birding. You know, they say that, but I'm always looking for birds. And so much of the wooded area had been eliminated to make that new beach. I hardly ever see birds in Taos. They keep claiming it's such a great birding place. Believe me, I'd know about it. I see birds, but like nothing fantastic. That place I go down, named after an Indian, Nequania or whatever it is, down in Pinconning. That's a blackbird. I haven't seen one. You know, where are they, Mary? I'm out here all year long. Where are they at? Oh, at the lake? I don't see them that much. It's funny today, Daisy, I open the door. What happens? I get up, brush my teeth, get dressed, let Daisy out. Daisy looked out today and saw the snow and didn't want to go out. Oh, okay. I feel bad for this park. I wish they'd have a fundraiser for this park to help pay to restore it a little. I'd be all game for that. Mara, are you into stained glass at all? Oh yeah, you're right. Inland lake grasses, yep. Here's all these guys that couldn't wait to have a boat. There's so many people upside down in boats. I had two big in Irons, Michigan. I thought right there, all that stuff, man. Airplanes, boats, you gotta wait around for the right buyer. And a lot of stuff, it's not easy to get financing on anymore because they don't really like the collateral. You got the boat as a collateral, big deal. One more here. Oh, okay. So, you know, I know it's been rough as hell over here. You see this sand. They need to put some more rocks in a few of these places. See this? Look. Here. Seriously. Now they put some rocks here, I see, but that hole needs to get fixed. I swear to God, if I could just buy a load of rocks, I'd do it. That's how nice this place is. It needs to be kept nice. See what I mean? Once this road goes here, it is game over. There's no way, if this road gets compromised, they're going to shut this park down. And it's not that far off from happening. Now it's calm today. See, so the wind, thank God, give the coast a beating. Love this place, man. They've tried saving this road. It's almost gone. Yeah, see, there's not much stuck on the rocks though, which sucks. So it's not going to be that great of a photography day. I don't really like this lighthouse here either. It's too far off the water. And again, they have too many new things on it. The lighthouse part looks okay, but the building looks new. So, you know, I'm going to show you this spot here. I always cross my fingers because once this gets eroded away, they're going to have a huge problem. And there's no way to fix it in between because you can't get heavy equipment out there because it's just a little thin strip of sand. But you're gonna see right here, I cross my fingers, it's still here because there's about 3 or 4 feet. See that little thin strip of sand? Look how high the water is. Once this little thin strip of sand gets washed away, and it's close to happening now, that means the lake's going to come right up to this parking lot, which will wash this parking lot away, and it'll start working on the building over there. Look, it's already killed most of the trees because they're underwater all the time. The evergreens are all falling over. I mean, this sucks. Look at somebody leave their pop bottle out here. It looks like an old one, but let me show you this. This is going to let you know how bad it is. Yep, almost all the way over. So you can't even walk. The trails are flooded. You can walk around there, but this is messed up. I'm telling you, if the state would just do a fundraiser or a donation, I know people would donate. People like care about this place, want to keep it nice. But right there is the big problem right there. That tiny strip of land. Once that goes, it's a huge problem. Daisy is getting a look around. You getting a good look, hon? Go on. Go on. It does, Melodic, you're right. I mean, if you could come out here and do volunteer work, like stack rocks or shovel sand, I would do it. I would definitely do it. Calm today. Daisy, you chilly, hon? You chilly? Yeah, she's chilly. Daisy, I'll turn the heat on for you, hon. There you go, hon. I turned the heat on for you. Pretty out here. Good girl. Canada's 78 miles straight east. And on a clear day, you can see half of the top of the windmill generators. 78 miles. All right, now, so I go out and I turn right, and how far is it to that place? Okay. So it's between, is it on the left or right side, the east or west side of the road? Good girl. Who is that? Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Keeping an eye on things. Good girl. Good girl. It's a great day over here. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to sign off and read these Sunday papers, you guys. I'll check that out, Murray. Thank you. You guys have a good day today. She's barking at that car right there. She's always got her eyes peeled. Oh, you go back into town and hang a right light. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now. See you, Jason. Thanks, Murray. You guys have a good day.